So, young men had enough of colleges, had enough of universities, had enough of academia. They pretty much quitting on school. Is that really a bad thing? Let's get into it. Hi, everyone, and welcome to S.M.E Talks. This topic is quite close to me. I'm into academia. I've done my bachelor degree, I've done my master degree. I think education is a good thing. I think university is a good thing to get involved in. But things are changing and not necessarily in a good way. And it seems these changes are affecting young men where they boycotting education and the numbers are dropping. And we will jump into the articles and have a conversation about this issue. Before we get into the articles, please make sure you like the video, subscribe, and do the bell stuff. Let's feed the algorithm god so we push the channel into the search engine of YouTube. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into this article. To be honest with you, lots of podcasts, articles, social media, videos, TikToks, everywhere people are talking about this issue now. So what they telling us, American colleges and universities now enroll roughly 6 women for every 4 men. This is the largest female to male gender gap in history of higher education, and it's getting wider. Last year, US colleges enrolled 1.5 million fewer students than 5 years ago. The Wall Street Journal recently reported men accounted for more than 70% of the decline. So generally speaking, there is a decline, but it seems men are quicker to realize there is something wrong with the education system. They are boycotting it more than young ladies. The statistics are stunning, but education experts and historians aren't remotely surprised. Women in the United States have earned more bachelor degrees than men every year since the mid 1980s. Well, I can't say that we are surprised with this data, with the movement of feminism, groups, support groups, loans, to encourage women to get into education since back in the 80s, and also to encourage women to get into the STEM fields as well. So I can't say that I'm really surprised. Men don't do a good job of supporting young men with, these supported groups, specific loans, etc. In other words, that have been alive. All right, okay. So this particular gender gap hasn't been breaking news for about 40 years. But the imbalance reveals a genuine shift in how men participate in education, the economy, the society, the world has changed dramatically. But the ideology of masculinity isn't changing fast enough to keep up. Well, do people have to change the way they are to keep up with things? I think that's an interesting point to have in the article. Listen, you don't need to have education to make it in life. And I think that's something that young men and some women, based on this data, are realizing. Education generally, I think it depends on the field that you're looking to get involved in. The problem with education today is too expensive. You leave university with heavy debts. The average jobs and the minimum paid jobs that you will get out of, straight out of university are not really encouraging. And it will take you years and years and years to pay back that loan that you got, whether you are in the UK or in the US. So when I've done my university back in the early 2000s, that's how long ago. In the early 2000s, I've done my computer science degree. It cost me £3,000. Was that $4,000? Maybe slightly less, around that. A year, over 3 years. So I left uni with less than £10,000 in debt. So in the UK, we have a system where you get a loan to support you with your, if you live in the UK, if you're a resident in the UK, you get support from the government where you get a loan that you have to pay back. I'm not sure if there is an interest on it, that I can't remember, but it's manageable. 3,000 a year. Now, students have to pay £9,000 a year. Well, that makes you think, is this a worthy investment? So let's jump into this article, which I like. It's a conversation with young students. And basically, this is the young man that they spoke with. When he and his male classmates talk about going to college, says Debron Edon, it always comes down to one thing. I guess I know what that one thing is. We are focused on money. Well, interesting, yeah, and that. He's 17, a senior at a public high school here. So he's saying, like, getting that paycheck, Whereas if I go to college, I've got to pay this much and take on all this debt. He's not wrong, this young man. He's not wrong. Many reasons the number of men who go to colleges has for years been badly trailing the number of women who go. And the bear bug, can't say the name on YouTube, has abruptly thrown the ratio even more off balance. Listen, I think there are things that you will learn in university that you can't learn outside of university, especially if you're looking to get into a field in the academia, if you're looking to be a lecturer, researcher, etc. There are things that you can't learn in the industry. However, the education sector always trails back. They always play catch up. They are behind. They don't drive research and innovation, especially in 2021. So if you go to, if you work in dev, technology, which, finance, all that stuff, you will be behind if you go to university. And I think now young men are realizing this. They feel what they get for their buck from uni, it's not worth it. And now let's be honest, with the crypto, the digital assets, the make rich schemes, all that stuff. I'm not saying crypto is bad, but I'm saying there are so many different options that's available for young men that makes them look at life differently and invest in their future differently. I think if these young guys don't go to university so they can invest and experiment and get involved in other things, it's not necessarily a bad thing. But if it's a sign of them not participating in life, not working on themselves, not getting involved in other things, I think that's really a very dangerous path. And we need to talk about it. We need to offer these young guys something. There is also, I've read, and there is another opinion, and I don't know, does it have merit and or not, which is the hostility towards men in the colleges, college campuses and university. They don't feel welcomed. Their opinions are not valued. Things are more, anti-masculine, if we could call it that. There is that opinion that our universities are generally not welcoming towards men. That's something I can't confirm nor deny. I haven't been in university 20 years now, so but that's an opinion. It could be valid, could be exaggerated. I don't know. If you've been into university and college in the past 5 years, let me know your opinion. Is that an exaggeration or that actually does exist? I urge young men, if they decide not to go to university, to look for alternatives and see where they want to end up in life and work on it, and not just give up on things because of university. There's so many fields, including mine, to be honest with you. You don't need to go to and compete. You could do certificates with Microsoft, Amazon, Google. Get specialized get into internships, learn on your own, do a product on your own. You could make an app, apply AdSense into it, and you will make money. And you could, make an app, like so many apps that got, popular, and the developers became millionaires. It's not easy. It's risky, but you can do things on your own without university. But if you're looking to become a doctor, a surgeon, there are certain fields where you do need to go through the academia route in order for you to get into that field. If your motive is money, probably going through the university route is not the best route at the moment. If it's a family, tradition, heritage, is something you can afford to do, if you can afford to do it, why not? Enjoy the experience, but try to do things outside of university. So when I was in uni, I was doing uni, and I also worked at the same time. So my week was so mental back then. It was full on 7 days. The days that I study, commute, do the things that I have to do for the courses, coursework, exams, prep, etc. But at the same time, I used to work when I'm not in uni. So my week was completely full. I didn't travel much. I didn't mess around. I was all full on, getting things done to level up for my life. And it paid off, your struggle makes you. Your struggle makes you the person that you are, when you get older. Really, I hope things improve. This is really a conversation about this topic. There isn't a right answer, there isn't a wrong answer, but I think looking at data, it helps. Looking where you want to be in the future helps as well. So you make the right decision for yourselves. Please share your opinion in the comments. I'm keen to understand, particularly if you are a young person who's been through education recently. I'll be keen to learn your point of view. Thank you all for watching. I'm looking forward to see you all in the next video. Take care for now.